This question is given in GATE 1997. They are saying that a priority queue is used to implement a stack. So we know the stack. So what is the main use of stack? We keep on pushing the elements, and whichever element is pushed in the last, that last thing should come first out, isn't it? So now, by using a priority queue, they are trying to implement a stack. So what is a priority queue? Every element or every record that is present in the priority queue is going to have something called as a key. And any element which is having the least key, or depending on it, let us say if it is min priority, then we have some priorities to the elements. So depending on the priority, we delete the element. Okay, so now they are saying that we have a min priority, or they have just said that there is a priority queue, which means the elements will be inserted in any order, but when we try to delete the elements, they will come according to the priority we set it up, right? So either we can say it is delete min. Delete min means insertion can be in any order, but while we are deleting the elements, we delete the elements in the in the decreasing order, sorry, increasing order, which means the smallest one will be deleted first and then the next smallest, like that. Now priority queue is used to implement a stack. Now how can we mimic the stack operations using a priority queue, which means whichever element we have pushed last, that is supposed to come out first, but then queue is going to give the smallest element first. Therefore what should you do? While pushing itself, you should make sure that the latest element which has been pushed into the stack should have the least value, least key associated with it. Therefore read the question and then again I'll explain you. Okay, now see this. A priority queue is used to implement a stack S which stores characters, which means both the queue and the stack are going to store characters only. And then push C, which means we are trying to push a character. Push C is implemented as insert q comma c comma k, which means when we try to push a character into the stack, that is implemented in the queue as insert q comma c comma k, which means for every character we are associating a key k. Now depending on that key, deletion will be done, right? And depending on the deletion, pop will be done, right? Where k is an appropriate integer key chosen by the implementation, which means they are saying that we are going to choose a implementation accordingly, right? And the implementation itself is going to choose a key k. Now pop is implemented as delete min of q. So they are saying that we are going to implement pop using delete min. So when I use delete min, if pop has to work properly, then what should happen, right? Okay, I'll just tell you this. See this. Now let us say this is the queue, and we don't know how it is implemented. It is saying that we can insert some number into it and we can pull some, we can insert some element into it and we can pull some element out of it. Now this should act as if it is a key. Let us say the insertion sequence is I want to insert A, I want to insert B, I want to insert C, I want to insert D. But then whenever you try to insert it, right, the implementation itself is going to give it some number. Okay. Now let us say when A is inserted into the queue, it is given the number A comma 1, which means the key associate. Why it is giving it, I don't know. I'm just assuming this order, right? So let us say A comma 1 is given. So A comma 1 is present in the queue. And then when it is inserting B, B comma 2 is given, and when C comma 3 is given, and D comma 4 is given, which means even though you are trying to insert only A, B, C, D, the implementation itself is trying to add some digits to it. Let us say these digits 1, 2, 3, 4 are added, right? And now when we try to delete, right, it is going to delete the min, right? So when I use delete min, what will come out? See, if it would have been a stack, what should come out? The element that should come out is D, but if I do this kind of ordering, which means 1, 2, 3, 4, if I do like this, then delete min means the first one which will come out is A, and the next one which will come out is B, next one which will come out is C, next one which will come out is D, which means if I assign the keys in the increasing order, then the queue is actually implementing, the priority queue is actually implementing a queue, isn't it? Why? First in is coming first out. Now let's see what happens if I would have assigned the keys in the decreasing order, not in 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say I have assigned it like this. I have assigned it as 4, 3, 2, 1, right? If I were to assign it like this, let's see what happens. Then what will come out first? So if I try to delete min, right? So minimum value is 1, so D will come out first. So first D will come out, and then C will come out, and then B will come out, and then A will come out, right? So this way whatever has been inserted last is coming out first. So if I assign the keys in the decreasing order, isn't it? So first one assigned is 4, and then 3, and then 2, and then 1. If I assign it in the decreasing order, then the queue, the priority queue, is acting as if it is a stack, isn't it? That is how you can implement a stack using a priority queue. So strictly decreasing or non-increasing, which one? So non-increasing means they are saying that you could even assign same variables to same numbers to 2, which means you can assign 4 to A as well as 4 to B. If I assign A and B both as 4, there will be a dilemma. So whenever I try to delete the min, at the end either A could come out or B could come out. It need not be only B followed by A, isn't it? So it could be even A, B also. That is why it should strictly be decreasing. It should not be non-increasing also, right? So if you want to implement a stack using a priority queue, in such a way that pop is implemented using delete min, right? Then we have to implement it using decreasing order of keys. Whenever we perform the pushes, see that every push is in decreasing order, right? Then what about queue? If you want to implement the queue using the same thing, then you see that increasing order is followed. Isn't it? So whenever you try to push, you try to have the increasing order. Then what happens? The one which has been inserted first, that will have the least key, and when you try to delete min, the first one which has entered the queue will be the first one to come out. First in, first out will be implemented that way, right? So in this question the answer is, whenever you are trying to insert the elements, you are supposed to see that all the keys are in decreasing order. Then only the last one will get the least value, and when you try to delete min, the last one which is inserted will come out first, right? So strictly decreasing order is the answer. Okay.